Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's tropical update. I know it's been about 2.5 weeks since I've done an update. It's like each time I want to try to make a video, I end up getting busy out of nowhere. But we are going to have a tropical update video today, and our this update is going to be primarily about 94L here, which we will talk about here. But I'm going to mention this real quick. This is the 8 p.m. advisory. Yeah, the formations and chances through 48 are near zero, and 5 days are at 30%. And if you ask me, it's been like this for the last 2 days. Maybe NHC pulled the trigger a little bit too early on this, but that is just my opinion. I do believe that this might go up at the 2 a.m. or 8 a.m. though, because we're going to be getting a little bit closer to the time where a low pressure is expected to form. Anyways, this is a broad area of low pressure that is expected to form in a few days over the southwestern Caribbean Sea. Some gradual development of the system will be possible through the middle of next week while it moves slowly northward or north northwestward over the western Caribbean Sea. Um, there's not really much to talk about with this right now. The setup is starting to come together for this to start going, but it's not quite there yet. But maybe hopefully tomorrow I'll have a actual lengthy update about this if it happens to do anything right after the next like 12 or 18 hours. All right, this is our main feature right here. It has a high percent for both the 48 and 5 day at 80% and 90% on each. It is showers and thunderstorms associated with a non-tropical low pressure system located about 500 miles east southeast of Bermuda. Have shown little change in organization since earlier today. Gradual development is expected, and a subtropical depression or storm is very likely to form during the next day or two, while the low meanders well to the southeast of Bermuda. But yes, this is our main feature for tonight's video, and we're gonna go to the GFS here. We're gonna go to 120 hours out because sometimes I like to look past 120 hours, but today we won't do that. But as you can see, here is Invest 94L here. It has a pressure of 1,006 millibars, and you can see where the dry air slot is in the storm, which we'll look at here once we get to the IR loop. But yeah, you can see where the dry air is, and then you can see where the low level center is at 1,006. So as you can see, it doesn't really do much besides maybe lower 2 millibars in 12 hours, and then it just meanders and just stays put. There's 48 hours. It's not really doing much. It's still probably a tropical depression or a low end tropical storm, so not doing much of anything at the moment. There's 72, and it's still 1,004 millibars. As you can see, it's not exactly trying to get its act together too quickly. I think it's because there's a little bit of shear in that area where the system is going to be gone. 96, it's still not doing much of anything. It's still just meandering here and just doing its own thing because there's weak steering currents here that is preventing this from moving very much at all. As you can see, there's a blocking high pressure here to the north, and that's not going to allow it to go that way yet until this moves a little bit more eastward. So let's go out to 120 hours. Now it starts to get its act together here. This is a moderate to strong tropical storm with 992 millibars here. And you can see that the high is starting to break down a little bit, and that's going to be the start of the leeway to make it turn to the north and east between these two high pressures here. Um, as I said, I'm not going to go past 120 hours because that's just wishful thinking, and we're not talking about this WCAR system yet. All right, here is the infrared here, and as you can see during the course of the afternoon, that convection has popped up here and near the center of uh, the low level center here. And you can see that the cloud tops are starting to blossom into the negative 50s. Um, if you ask me, I do believe this will become a subtropical depression probably tomorrow morning, if not tomorrow evening. So that's my time frame of when this I think this will become a subtropical depression. Um, as you can see, clearly see that the low level center here is still kind of exposed a little bit, and that's because of the dry air getting into the system. But that is in the process of choking this dry air out. So all systems going to be go here coming tomorrow. And as you can see, it's this convective band is wrapping all the way around to the north and east here, and it's for what it is. I mean, it's not looking too bad. It's enough for the National Hurricane Center to mark it 80-90. But we'll see what happens going into the course of the next like day or two. See if this fully wraps around the low level center here. All right, here is the intensity guidance here. And as you can see, they still have it at 30 knots, and it's been 30 knots for a while now. And you can see that most of these models are slow to turn it into much of anything. Besides this model right here, wants to take it into a subtropical storm epsilon here in about 12 hours. Now, I'm saying this would be epsilon because the Caribbean Sea and Caribbean system ain't even a thing yet. But here, right here, is the AVNI. That's the GFS model, and it doesn't really do too much of anything here. Probably about 45-mile-per-hour tropical storm, and we're just gonna have to see what pans out with this going forward. But right here, this is my cutoff spot. So here in 5 days, it's definitely going to be a subtropical or tropical storm if it makes the transition, that is, to a fully tropical system, which some are saying that it might actually if I can talk, transition into a fully tropical system. All right, here is the GPS guidance, and you can see it's right here. This black line is pretty much the mean of all of these model runs. And as you can see, the mean average right now of the pressure is 1,009 millibars. And as you can see, it just doesn't go much of anywhere. And according to the GPS, this turns into a hurricane up here, which honestly I don't think this is going to happen. My prediction is around 45 or 50 mile per hour for peak conditions for 94L. But you can see there's a wide swath here, so anything is possible with this storm, but I do think it's going to stay away from the continental United States. Here are the model track guidance, and as you can see, they're also all over the place here. You can see the AVNI here, that is the GFS. It wants to do this southwest bend, and then west northwest and west northwest, northwest and west northwest again, and then straight north. Which it could happen, yes, but some of these other models can happen as well. Like it just goes this way and then meanders and then turns back east instead of west and then goes northwest. So there's a lot of possibilities on the table with this system as we move forward in time. And lastly, let's take a look at the GEFS model. And as you can see, once again, that this black line is the mean of all the model runs for the GEFS. And it also has a millibar mean of 1,009 millibars. And that is gradually going to decrease, and then will increase again, and then decrease once again to a pretty formidable tropical storm if this dividing mean actually happens. So there's a lot on the table with this system, and I want to thank you guys for watching this update tonight, and hopefully tomorrow I can talk about the WCAR system some more if there's actually something out there to track. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and have a nice night.